experience, but a fulfilling one for us here and for the crowd at the arena who are definitely into it. It was Micah Ortiz who started it off, and then a little bit of Lastimosa and Caballero, but it was Banaticla delivering in the end to give them a 25-23 first set win.
That's right, Rhea de Maculangan going to the percentage plays, to the percentage players. Rhea de Maculangan scoring the last 3 or 4 points there for UST. Of course, UST again with advantage in the blocking. We saw some combination plays really stuffed by the USC defense, and they converted it into points. The problem with FEU, their floor coverage. They get blocked, but poor floor coverage, especially from the back row players. They should expect this with USC having the taller lineup. And Vargas a bit inconsistent in those attacks. Of course, Mike Ortiz started off really hot, scoring the first 4 points of UST. Rhea de Maculangan, I think she's 100%. Yung sinasabi na she's not feeling, sabi nga na, she didn't even skip one practice while she was recuperating from that sprain. She looks very much in control of this UST offense right now.
So obviously that turn of her ankle was not as serious as it originally looked, and we're happy because we always like to see a full complement of players when they play here in the league. Coach Mamon with a little smile here. Yung gana, napakalaking bagay in the history, or at least in recent history for these UST teams. Pag masikla sila, the crowd gets into it, nadadala talaga yung laro nila.
That's true. 10 attack points for UST, important. 6 blocks. Diyan sila lumamang ng gusto sa department yan. And unforced errors, 10 and 5.
And that was all only in the first set.
Number 9.
By the way, in the first meeting of these two teams, UST also won the first set. FEU took the next two, and then UST takes the last 2 for the 5-set win. This is her second round encounter, and Giselle C, as always, starts off service for the 29-time champion FEU Tamarao, and a service error. So back-to-back setters serving here.
Rhea de Maculangan for UST.
And it's amazing to me not to see de Maculangan anymore as in the top 10 of serving, which is something that she was usually a part of, no?
She won it twice, I think.
Twice nga, di ba? Sabi nga natin. 2 times. So Giselle C is in there in the top 10. She's at number 8. Actually siya, tsaka yung kapatid niya lalaki, di ba? Sa UST,
si Carl.
napakagaling
mag-serve
nung dalawang to.
That's right.
Receiving on the first ball, nagkakaproblema ang FEU.
Caballero able to tip it in
Lady Tigers.
after that over-received play from FEU. Rhea de Maculangan, of course, with a strong serve.
Ang biru-biruan natin dyan dati, pag nakita mo UST nakangiti habang naglalaro, delikado kayo. Yan yung lagi sinasabi ko. Because, you know, that we say that because when you look at certain other teams, like, let's say, okay, best example, let's say LaSalle, who are 10-0, nakangiti man o hindi, they have a certain way of playing. And they stick to it.
They're very solid.
Diba? The same with FEU, the old FEU teams. The UST is a little bit different.
That's right.
That's why also the crowd really relates to them very well. And may angas.
That's right. Look at Mike Ortiz. She's enjoying it. I think Rhea is doing the right thing. You gotta give Mike Ortiz the touches as early as possible.
Ito hindi yung usual na running niya.
Na dulo.
Dito, running.
Kalahati lang sa gitna.
So naiiba. Good for Micah. Really good for her confidence. Back row. Nakakuha ng puntos si Rojas.
Nice.
Who is, seems to like also attacking from that spot.
Good form from the back row.
The most back row sets we see here is usually coming from Ateneo, where they have 2 or 3 players who attack. Kainglet and Valdez and Hervasio. They consistently go to that weapon. Who, by the way, won yesterday in 4 sets against National University. That's why they are still second at 7-2 through the block.
Bagang through the block.
a girl you easily can underestimate is Rochelle Bagang. She's so tiny there on the court.
Ang bata ng itsura.
Oh, and she looks so parang very pleasant and charming, and pag humampas ng ball.
Kaya niya pala yun.
Let's go to Erica Liboro from the FEU side.
Boom, this intense game kept the Lady Tamaraws on a high, and for this set, the Lady Tamaraws will be on their toes on the receiving area. Now, Coach Ned doesn't want to see powerful spikes. Rather, he wants them to slow down and stay patient to get back on offense. Now, he also wants to see quick recovery from the girls. This time, Coach wants them to anticipate the move of the Tigresses and play smarter volleyball. Boom and Ian.
Thank you very much, Erica. They need to play smarter, especially towards the end of sets.
I think the plan of Coach Ness is to really slow down the game. Kanina pa niya sinasabi, huwag niyo magdadali. Yung receive nyo, takasan nyo ng konti para makaset ng matigas si Giselle. Hindi pwedeng bilisan because siguro if the pace would be that way, USC would have the advantage being the better blocking team.
So again, just like the first set, 6-5, we're crawling through sets here. And we are not complaining at all. Product of the Ateneo de Cagayan. Lastimosa with a good serve. Yulayog gives a free ball to UST. C. Reverse set. Panatikla goes cross court again.
Yes. She's just so good at that. When the ball is set far from the net, she just finds that opening.
Talking about a girl who has also come into his own, Maru Panatikla, so much promise from her rookie year, now taking over all the primary attacking from UST. Bagang again. Morado was there. Morado, solid job today for UST. Lastimosa sends it over. C opens up to Rochelle. Oh, cross court by the puny Rochelle Bagang, and I say that with all affection and admiration. Patch Cansana reports from the other side from UST. Go ahead, Patch.
I was about to give credit to the unbelievably high intensity of UST, but the funny thing is, the first thing I heard from Coach Oji when I entered the huddle was, nasan ba ang intensity ninyo? Well, napahiya ako doon for a while, but this only shows how high his expectations are from the girls. Sabi nga niya sa akin, before he got this coaching job, he knew that the women's team was a high-profile team. So, parta pa lang sa arena, kitang-kita na natin. Now, during that huddle, Coach Oji's main point was know who your target is. If you want to kill the ball, do not give it to their best receiver. Matuto tayong dumiskarte. Now, on the other hand, he gave special instructions to the libero, telling her that no one knows the court more than you do. Huwag ka nang magdududa. Kumpiyansa lang sa sarili. Bumili yan.
That's, of course, Jamie Morado that Patch Cansana is talking about. We have a technical timeout. We'll go back to that conversation with Coach Mamon after these.